Welcome to the house. The one they talking about. Word of mouth. The Boxing Playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
What's up, guys? This is Sakura A, and I'm with Emelio Santana.
What's up, y'all?
And this is After Dark series with Sakura A. So, listen, tell me one thing that you guys all are excited for 2021 as far as boxing is concerned. I know I have a couple of things that I want to see happen, and we talked a little bit about it the other night on Heavy Bag Boxing, but I want to get more into detail about, some of these things. Now, first of all, we all know that Canelo has a fight coming up with Yildirim, and it's going to be here in Florida. So tell me what you think about this, Emelio. Is this something you want to see?
Nah, not really. I was hoping Canelo would have been talking about, one of the Charlos, Caleb Plant, or I'm ready for the big names. After the last fight, I'm expecting to hear, one of the top young guns, the David Benavidez, Eubanks, anybody. This guy, I don't even know anything about this guy he's talking about fighting right now. So I'm not hyped at all.
I think he is actually considered a mandatory or a world champion. I need to look it up. I just know that nobody is really excited about this. My problem with it is that this is a fight that even DAZN was previously saying when he was signed with Golden Boy and had a contract through Golden Boy with DAZN. They didn't even feel like this was a fight that was worthy of them airing on their network or where they're at. So, what do they know that would make them feel like that was a fight that people would not be excited about?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there must have been some type of indication that they were like, this ain't gonna really cut it. We want to send shout out to our viewers tonight. We just love having all of you guys with us in 2021. And currently, we're talking about Canelo versus Yildirim. Who's excited for it? Who's not excited for it? We want to hear from you. You're excellent. Dang, you cut it. You cut. And then Juan, he's also online with us. Ola, back to you. And Zanetti, is that what it says? Zanesti. And I can't say his name, Everett. Tell me why you X us out, Emelio. Why are you Xing this Canelo versus Yildirim out?
I mean, during these times right now, you're lucky to see a guy fight 3 times. So, after this fight, who might be next? He might be calling out Errol Spence or something. I want to see the top guys go with Canelo. The top guys in that super middleweight division. Let's get the big names. This guy he fighting, I don't even know who the hell he is. No disrespect, but I don't know who the hell he is, man. I'm ready to see, I'm ready to see, him mixed up with the big guys, Benavidez, the Charlos, Caleb Plant, Some people even want to see him in Triple D do a trilogy. So, man, it's just we don't get enough fights, in a year to prolong the big fights, So I want to see them get in there, because things can change. Things change so quick, man. So I'm not interested in this fight right here.
Yes, and remember, guys, if you want us to read your comment, we need you to hashtag BPH. That's that hashtag, the number sign, BPH for Boxing Playhouse. We also want you to jog on over to YouTube as well and do our YouTube channel some respect. That's what we need. We need you guys to subscribe to our platforms. We also have Twitter and we have IG as well. And we're going to start giving away a couple of items to whomever we can find on each show that we see or that you indicate that you've signed up for our IG, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our YouTube channel. once you've signed up for all of those, send us your information because we want to highlight you and give our Boxing Playhouse fan a little something to, just reward you for your support.
So how you feel about it, Sakura?
You already know I've already had some issues with Canelo. I just knew when he got his independence from Golden Boy and he was able to negotiate his own fights, pretty much cut out the middleman as far as money was concerned. Because now DAZN, instead of paying Golden Boy, which takes their cut, and then he gets his cut, now is DAZN paying him directly. I'm thinking that he's not ready. He's going to show us that the reason he wants out of this contract is not just because of money. Oh, no. But because he has a legacy that he's interested in. And he wants to fight the best. And he doesn't want to be strung along anymore. But this is his first fight out of the gate. Or no, is it his second fight? Since a second fight. Because he was out with Smith, too. He was out of the contract. So this is his second fight, okay? And we still haven't got him in a situation where he's going to fight someone of a higher caliber of a pedigree of a boxer. So I don't know what to say about Canelo. I'm happy. I am happy that Yildirim is going to get that payday because we know how many boxers are out there that deserve a big payday but are never going to get it. So, yes, while I don't want to see him fight Canelo, at the same time, I'm happy he's going to get him a big payday. And but the situation with Canelo is not making me very happy.
Yeah, I forgot Demetrius Andrade out there. You got Billy Joe Saunders.
True.
It's a lot of names, man. Why do you keep coming up with these guys that, just not excited about it at all? So
yeah, we got some comments here. Don't forget your hashtag BPH, guys. Renee Box Young. She says, what's up? She just says, what's up right now?
What's up, Renee?
And then later she says, I am not so sure Canelo really wants to fight the best now that he is in the driver's seat. And I mean, a lot of the boxing community have been looking at Canelo sideways for a long time. Renee, you are correct. I am one of those people. I admit it. You know what? I don't have no shame in my game because, like, I get so frustrated with him just because I do feel that he is top level. He's a top level boxer in his divisions. First at middleweight and now at super middleweight. I get frustrated with him because it's like, just freaking get in the ring and prove it. You have the skills and the power and the chin to be able to take on this top level talent. It's almost like he's lessening his own value by continuing to take fights that we know he's gonna win. And then let's see, we had Michelle, or is that Michael? Michael, I'm sorry, baby. Michael says, right on. Not interested in Canelo. I'm not interested. Canelo is a certified cherry picker now. Hashtag BPH. All right. Thanks for that hashtag, man. We appreciate that. And then Renee says, I am
a guy.
Oh,
fam. Sorry about that, Renee.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Renee might be from Canada.
You got to be from somewhere else. You what ethnicity? Yes. We got to know where you're from because you definitely can't. Renee is a female name only here in the States. So
it might be French.
Apologize. So, okay, on to our next subject because it sounds like people are just disgusted with Canelo and his actions right now. And then he chooses this fight to be the one that's in Florida. Can you believe that? I've been waiting to go to one of his fights for a minute now. I haven't been to one of his fights since we went to Vegas for him versus Danny Jacobs, which I thought was going to be a very, very interesting and action-packed fight. Boy, was I wrong. Boring the snails, looking at snails walk across this room, I guess. But that was the last one that I went to. I think that was back in 2019. So I I've been waiting for a good fight for us to go to. That's safe. And you know, I'm not gonna pay no money to go see this situation here. And let's move on. So we got some schedules, a lot of dates coming out right now on the boxing schedule. We finally confirmed the AJ versus Tyson Fury bout. The location apparently is going to probably be Saudi Arabia. Tell us what you think about this move from Tyson and what happened with the Wilder fight. Can you just tell me what's going on?
I ain't mad at this fight at all. I'm glad. It's going to make it happen. Unify the belts. The Wilder fight's going to be right there. Wilder get him a tune-up. They're saying he might fight Prince Charles Martin. That'd be a good tune-up for Wilder.
Okay.
Shake the ring rust off. Get him a nice KO on his belt. And by the summer, I'm sure he should be right there to face the winner between Fury and AJ. I'm glad to see the fight happen. I think it's going to happen in Saudi Arabia somewhere they talking. So I know with the pandemic going on over in England, I know they want to have that fight there. They're two big British fighters, big names. They could have sold out Wembley, big time. But with the pandemic going on, I think they want to capitalize, on the live gate. So I'm hearing it's going to be, in the Saudi Arabia somewhere over there. I don't know if it's Dubai or.
Exactly. I suggested Dubai, but
yeah, it's gonna be over there.
Apparently it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, so they want to maximize this fight to the fullest, which I understand. So I'm hyped for this fight right here. Wilder, that's going to be there. Let these guys go on get the belts together, and let's clear the air and see who the best heavyweight out there.
Okay, guys, make sure you put hashtag BPH. We got our resident referee in the house, our resident judge, Florida's very own Christopher Young. Christopher Young says Canelo is using the same formula from his last cash cow.
Right.
He has his position and he's going to fight who he wants to fight when he wants to fight. Okay, well, I understand that he's saying that, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a great thing for his career long term.
You only get so many gimme fights. You got to put some big names in between some of these gimme fights. You can't have gimme all the time. We need some big names in there.
Absolutely. And we got my cuz from ATL, the Georgia crew, L'Oreal in the house. What's up, cuz?
Cuz, what's up?
And she did actually call me yesterday and wish me a great birthday. We had a long conversation, and I just enjoyed her so much. I hope she can visit us next time.
Happy belated birthday to Sakura A, January.
Oh, thank you. I had such a great time. And everybody that commented and gave me some love online, you guys helped it be a better day. As a matter of fact, I saw where Rob, he said, let's see. He was like, happy birthday, Sakura. Happy belated birthday, Emelio.
Hey, appreciate that,
because it's your belated birthday as well.
Yeah, mine was a week ago on the 13th, 2 days before Roy Jones.
Yes.
It's a lot of legendary fighters in January. So this month here is legendary.
All right, we got Aaliyah. She says, hey, Boxing Playhouse.
Hey, what's up, Aaliyah?
And then we got Abdul. He says, hello.
Abdul.
What's up, Abdul? Appreciate all of you guys for supporting the show. We have a contest that we're doing now. Basically, you let us know when you have clicked like or subscribe to our platforms, which is Boxing Playhouse, YouTube, Boxing Playhouse, Twitter, Boxing Playhouse, IG, Twitch, Periscope. We also have a subscription for my newsletters that include whatever the latest article is that I do on our website, which is boxingplayhouse.com. But we need you to do at least 4 of these. Make sure that you've signed up for at least 4 of these options. YouTube should be one of them for sure. And then we got some gifts that we would like to send you guys. What's the word?
The word for the night is Canelo kind of got me riled up. I'm gonna say cherry picker.
Cherry picker is the word for the night. Okay.
Picker, y'all.
You know, you just made me feel like we need to go through the list of people that people are saying are cherry pickers. Notice I said they are saying that they cherry pickers. I ain't said a damn thing. Okay. So yeah. I would not be blamed for this.
Did Danny Garcia shake that name, or do people still consider him a cherry picker?
I know, right? He's been fighting top level. But he did have those 2 fights previous to Spence, you know, and but before, like it was like after his fight with Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, but before Spence.
Oh, pre-cherry picker.
Yeah, so you are wrong for that. Make sure you guys use hashtag BeatsPH when you read your comments. But we do have the beautiful Dalia Duran.
Beautiful one.
She has left a comment for us in Spanish, and it says,
"You guys are fantastic. Love watching you every week. Thank you so much, Dalia."
Oh, she says, "Salud, Spanish available. Español disponible. Escriba." She's saying she can do it. Salud, mi gran amigo. Hello, my good friend. All right. Thanks so much, Dalia. Just in case your interpretation is a little foggy, we got our beautiful Dalia Duran, our Spanish, what do you call us? Our Latin lover. Linguistic.
Latina heat.
Latino heat in the house. So just let her know if you need a translation tonight.
Kelly, how you doing, Kelly? We love you too, darling.
Oh, what's up, Kelly? And thanks for the hashtag BPH.
BPH, yo.
And that was, let's see. We were on Tyson versus Anthony Joshua.
Right.
The point of the conversation for me is, okay, I mean, we're going to see these 2 fight. So far, all of the sanctioning bodies has been to allow them to fight without breaking up one of the belts. So that would be a unification bout. It would definitely be like an undisputed type, not type, but an undisputed title that you would hold if whichever one of them wins. Now, who do you see as being the next undisputed?
I think Fury. I see Fury being the top guy right now, man. I just, he beat Wilder. I just don't see AJ. I see him wearing AJ out and possibly stopping AJ around that 9th or 10th round. I see Fury got, he's big man, light on his feet, he's agile, he can box. And now he's showing that he can sit down on his punches and get your ass out of there if he wants to. So, and AJ, we know he's a little chinny, so, and I know Fury going to try to test his chin, take him into deep waters. I see Fury winning that and being undisputed champion. I think he's the top guy right now.
I mean, you know what I saw in Anthony Joshua that I don't normally notice as much, but he really is starting to have a seriously sneaky uppercut. Before, when he did the uppercut with Klitschko, it was like, it was like a big one. You saw where that was finna come from. Right. But in this last bout that he had, it seemed like it was a little bit more sneakier, a little bit, quicker. It was a disguise where he did like he threw it in as the last part of a combination, whether it was left or right hook beforehand. So I'm thinking that there is some caution that Fury should have pertaining to this particular uppercut that he has. What do you think about that?
Well, that uppercut that he did, he fought a guy right there for that uppercut,
Correct.
To land that uppercut on a moving target as big as Fury is not going to be an easy task. Fury is light, he moves around, he uses his height and reach. So he's not going to be right there to, I don't feel, to get caught, by that uppercut.
All right, I hear you talking and I understand what you're saying. I do. But if it does, listen, we just saw Fury in a fight with Wilder in which he was very aggressive. we just saw that, well, basically, Tyson ain't scared. So if they get into a little, little firefight right there, I don't know how that's going to end up for Fury. And there's some type of level of fighter that is in him that makes him want to fight you. Like he wants to be able to fight you, stand up and fight you.
Right.
Will he go back to the boring? I'm just being real with you, okay, Fury? You're kind of boring to me sometimes, honey. When you start doing your fancy footwork and your irky jerky motions, which I love defensively, when you start, doing all this movement that you're known for, some people say you're on your bicycle. I don't necessarily believe that. I don't like that term because I do believe in hit and don't get hit. But you be doing some of that fancy footwork and doing all this other type stuff, and the fight be born. And if you go back into that mode, you're going to have less people that are interested in seeing him fight. So it's a fine line for Fury to walk in this particular fight. I personally hope that they get in there and they really battle it out. And I'm going to give AJ some kudos here because I've never seen Fury really hurt someone until Wilder, and that was with an extra 40 pounds on him. I don't know if he can get an extra 40 pounds over on AJ because AJ is a big one. He isn't as tall, but he's still thicker. He's a meteor type, muscles and, just a whole lot of deliciousness going on. Oh, sorry, I got off subject.
AJ done showed he's chinny though. He done been touched a few times. Andy Ruiz, took him out of there.
That's true.
Dylan White rocked him.
Yeah.
Klitschko put him down a couple times. So, and I think Fury, he believes in his power now. He probably feel like, well, if I sit down on my punches and really, assert myself, I can get these guys out of there. So I believe he's going to chin check AJ, and it might take him a few rounds, but I believe I could see Tyson Fury stopping AJ, like I said, around 8th, 9th round, because them big heavy arms, the guys with the big heavy arms tend to get tired after 8 or 9 rounds. So I could see Fury, draining him and stopping him.
But he did reduce the size of his muscles during the fights, though. You did see that. I saw him slimmer. He was toned and everything, but he wasn't like huge. Yeah. So, okay, well, we're going to move on because we got some other key fights here. One that I'm really looking forward to is going to be Estrada versus Chocolatito. And that's on DAZN. It's going to be March 13th. Is that March 13th? Yeah, March 13th. But the location hasn't been decided yet so far. However, Chocolatito versus Estrada, this is going to be a banger. And this is going to also be for Estrada's WBC title and his WBA title. So it's a unification bout. Do you like the smaller guys? Or you like Rob? You know my heavy bag Rob. He don't really care for anything under 130 guys. He don't like no boxing at under 130.
That's where a lot of the action take place under 130. When you see them high punch stats, it's them dudes under 130, man. Them dudes that come in shape.
Yeah.
They come in shape. They make weight, man. Them guys come in, they throwing a bunch of punches, and it's been some great fights in the 130 and below class. The super flyweights, bantamweights, featherweights. I'm looking forward to this fight. A lot of people wrote Chocolatito off when he was stopped a few years ago, but he came back, got himself back in contention. So I think this fight here, man, is going to be one of them fights, that could end up being a fight of the year candidate. Both these guys here, they come high volume punches, man, straight ahead. So I'm looking forward to this fight right here.
And it's a classic.
I know Rob's going to be watching. Rob said that, but he's going to be watching this fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. he be saying that every time and then sit right there and watch. But I think it might be a classic for sure.
Right.
Something that people really, really remember. So guys, don't sleep
The
on
Zone,
that
right?
fight.
The Zone?
Right. It's the Zone,
Okay.
March 13th.
That's going to be a good one right there.
Now, the next one I want to talk about is Clarissa Shields. Then her opponent is Marie-Eve Declare. And it's going to be a 10-round bout. And it's going to be for an undisputed junior middleweight title. So, it's going to be basically the WBC, the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF on the line. And it's going to be in Flint, Michigan. But here's the interesting thing. This is what I like about it.
What's that?
Well, I mean, basically what I like about it is the fact that they are doing their own pay-per-view. It is not being sponsored by any it's not being sponsored by Showtime or DAZN or any of these companies. They're just doing it themselves. And yes, it is supposed to be an all-female card.
I'm hyped about that right there.
Oh, I bet you are.
I'm hyped. I really don't know a lot about Clarissa Shields' opponent, to be honest with you. But I'm hyped to see all the ladies, get the attention. Glad to see an all-ladies card. I hope it do well.
Okay. And Dalia Duran, she says, Estrada, gente, Chocolatito, unification. She's doing a great job with her interpretations tonight. Yes, I'm so proud of her. The beautiful Dalia, guys. And if you haven't signed up for her page yet, please just go over to Facebook and you'll see her on at Dalia-Duran.
Man, we got the Espanol going on. All we need now is somebody with some sign language.
I'm going to let you do it. You can do it.
Hearing impaired, know what's going on up here. That's what we need now.
Well, we can get your cousin your nephew to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, he can do it. I'm interested in this Clarissa Shields fight as well. I think it takes a lot of guts to go out and be like, you know what? They don't want to give me a fight. They didn't reschedule me for my fight last year. They're not taking me seriously as the champion and as the two-time Olympian that I am. I'm going to get an MMA career and I'm going to do my own damn boxing events. So now what they going to do? What would they do if the ladies start coming up with better cards and start managing these boxing events? Start being competition. See, they have opened the door for that now. You understand me? Emelio Santana, do you understand that now they crack the door open and now us women, we can just crash through that door and we start out with the ladies, but then we might be like, well, wait a minute, why the heck am I limiting myself to just, half of the boxers population, half of the boxing fans? I'm going to just go ahead and do a male card too. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling in my gut is telling me that they're going to really regret doing this.
When I think about Clarissa Shields, a lot of time I think about the late great comedian Rodney Dangerfield. I just don't get no respect. I feel like she just fed up. She don't get the respect. This girl's a two-time Olympian. I don't know how many. She done won damn near every belt twice. So, she should be having endorsement deals, all kind of things going on. But, it's a lot of issues going on. It's a lot of politics and what else going on.
A lot of cherry picking.
Right. Don't cherry pick. Yeah. But the girl, I don't know what it is. But
it's just something in my gut that's telling me that all these promoters and different people that just didn't want to pay her a little extra money are really going to be hating themselves in about a year or two when, the females, not just the boxers, but female industry women too, just start getting into it.
You just made a hot topic pop in my head when you said that.
What's that?
Well, Thurman went off on Bob Arum about the money situation.
Okay, that could be a great, all right, that's another great topic. Let's see it. Let's do it.
Do y'all feel Keith is what did Keith want? Did he didn't want 10? He want at least half of that? Or what did he say? To fight Bud.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. I didn't do my research on it. I just know that Bob said he's not worth that.
He's not worth that money.
And you know what? We can delve really into this, but of all the promoters to say that, I don't think that's a good look for Bob to be saying whose value is here and not there, especially with African Americans. Keith is a biracial. I mean, he is a biracial boxer, but he's black. Okay, talk to him and piss him off. You're gonna find out how black he is. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I really didn't like Bob saying that, because the first thing it brought up in my mind was issues that maybe they've had in the past with, Bob saying and doing things differently for African American boxers than with other athletes. And it also feeds into what Floyd was saying as well. Now, to give Bob his own just dues and credit, he did say and admit he didn't really know how to tap into the hip hop and the black community as far as marketing. I believe him when he says that. Of course I do. But that's what marketers are for. That's what people like our company do. We come in and we hype up an event. We make it like, where people really want to come to the event. We give them things and show them things and entertainment and things like that make them enjoy the sport. So, it's not for Bob. I mean, I'm not saying it's an excuse for him to say that. I'm just simply saying that I'm sure during that time there were companies that he could have enlisted to help promote things a little bit differently for Floyd. So I didn't like that. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Bud, yes, he does have this. He has Bud, and it's like, what the hell, man? I mean, you want people to believe that Bud is the best. And if you truly believe this, which goes into what Sherman Henson is always saying, do these new guys, are they confident in their boxers? Do they believe they really are as good as they say they are? I mean, what you think?
I kind of feel like this right here. This is my thing. Keith, Keith, a couple years ago, Keith was the top dog. Keith was, undisputed or whatever. He had the belts, beat Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Back a couple years ago, I could see him, asking for that type of money. But right now, we're in a pandemic, man. You haven't won in a couple of years. I'm like, what have you done for me lately? Situation. You lost your last fight. We haven't seen you in damn near 2 years. You struggled. You struggled in the fight. Josito Lopez, the fight before Pacquiao. So
wait a minute now. It was one round. It was the 7th round.
Kind of struggled with my man there. So, I mean, I kind of feel Bob on that. You can't ask for no big money, and then Terrence Crawford too is still his numbers ain't really been what we think they should be. So for this man to come out his pocket,
because they won't put him in there with a prize fighter, they won't put him in there with a Keith Thurman, they won't put him in there with a Sean Porter. He keeps saying everybody is asking for too much money. Well, if you want to really prove that your boxer is the shit and who you say he is, then you're gonna have to pay for one of these guys to get in that ring with him. That is going to command the fans to believe. You know what? Aaron was right. Bud is the shit. You can't do that with. You want to put him in there with a past stale bread Brooks. You can't. No shade to Brooks, but I'm just saying you can't keep putting these people in there with Bud and then think that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, after that fight, I see that Bud is all that. What? No, you can't. You have to put him in there with top competition.
Well, see, Bud has the talent, man. I feel like Bud should be there. He should be having that kind of money. But some guys got that name and don't even have to fight another. You got like Tank or even young Ryan Garcia. They just got that star power, man. They can fight damn near anybody and fill a house and make big pay-per-view numbers. So But I don't know if it's a marketing thing. He's good as he is.
He's a family guy. He don't have that much shit talking in him. He's about, I'm gonna show you what I can do in the ring.
And that's the same thing with Evander Holyfield. He's the same type of dude. He's quiet. Over time, his skills showed that, I am that guy and I deserve this kind of money. I think that's what Bud is. He's kind of where Evander Holyfield was early in his career, where he don't have to just keep whooping dudes' asses and finally get the top names. And then once he started beating these top names, then I think the money's going to be there for Bud. But right now, since he's not a shit talker, he's not in the social media, and people love the train wrecks and they attract to that. Ryan Garcia, he's young. You got the girls liking him. You got looks going for him, and so
you saying Bud ain't fine? You see what I'm saying? It's like, why? I'm just saying that
it's the same thing with Clarissa Shields. She ain't really got that look, that attractive like a lot of the women.
Pretty. She's a very pretty brown skinned woman. What do they want? They want everybody to come out looking like Christy Brinkley? Like, come on. I'm sick of this situation here.
Sad but true. Looks plays a big part in everyday work. Some people, you look a little better and they push you a little further and open doors for you. When you're not as cute, they don't get too many doors open. So that's just the world we live in.
And I don't mean no shade either to Christy Brinkley, because she's a fine woman. She still look good for her age. I know she's in her 60s now and she looks amazing. But I'm just saying, everybody is not supposed. Are we still at the point in this country where we're basing how pretty we think somebody look based on complexions and melatonin in your skin? Are we still that vain?
Unfortunately, we are. That's where we are. Because if Clarissa Shields, trust me, if she had was a more beautiful, I don't want to say she's ugly or that, but if she was more beautiful, or even
if she was more lighter, if she was more like Ronda Rousey looking.
Yeah, she would have been in movies. She's been in the best thing since sliced bread, man. This girl had Olympic gold medals. It's unfortunate that she has to, keep fighting and trying to prove herself and calling out girls, but that's just the world we live in,
It's a sad world is what I think, because Clarissa on her cover that she just came out with her competition for the pay-per-view, she's a gorgeous girl. Yeah. Now for me, I don't rely on my outer beauty. I rely on my real personality and my heart that I have for so many people. And I think that that also goes a long way with people. So you have to have an inner light as well as an outer light. Dahlia Duran is like that. She has a wonderful personality to go along with those good looks. It's not just one or the other, So, all right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. That is in London. We're gonna finally have Jamelle Herring at the lightweight division versus Carl Frampton. I like Carl Frampton, right?
Exactly.
Yes. And it is going to be for Herring's title.
It's a good matchup right there.
I'm sorry. It's the junior lightweights.
Junior lightweight.
So super featherweight they're going to be at.
That was, of course, Stevens.
Yes, ain't nobody calling him out. You noticed that.
Yeah, nobody calling his name.
So that fight is going to be for February 27th, and ESPN Plus is going to have it. Who you got in that fight? Jamelle Herring versus Carl Frampton.
I'm going to go with Jamelle Herring.
Okay.
Jamelle Herring's got enough in him, Carl Frampton is a good fighter, but I think Herring's a little bit better than Frampton. So I'm going to go with Jamelle Herring.
Well, for me, it's a little bit more than that. It's got to do with, their body structures and how one of them is, to me, Carl Frampton is not really a super featherweight. He's just not. You talking about he had 2 fights with Leo Santa Cruz at featherweight. which would be like 128.
All right, he's lighting ass.
Yeah, so I don't
He's giving up size.
Right, he's giving up size, he's giving
not.
up height, and I don't feel that that's going to be in his favor. Is he highly skilled though? Absolutely. And he could cause Heron some problems just based on that.
Right.
But okay, so our next fight that we're gonna see, boy, they really announced some fights. February 20th. It's gonna be it's the Burchell fight. Oh my God. Burchell versus Valdez. And that is gonna be a 12-round fight for Burchell's WBC junior lightweight title.
That's another fight of the year candidate type fight right there.
Yeah, Burchell is business. And you seen how people fled that division so fast when they thought they might have to face him.
Yeah.
That was when he was at featherweight, by the way. So, I mean, for me, I think you guys definitely should save that date. That's going to be February 20th. Right. And then we got, Jojo Diaz is coming back from his win against Tevin Farmer. I cannot pronounce this guy's name. It's Rakimov. 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 Rakhimov. 12 rounds. And that is for the IBF junior lightweight.
That must be a mandatory.
You notice how it's all these junior lightweight titles that's coming up. Like 3 of them back to back. So they're trying to weed out who is going to actually be the mega fight in that division, I think. Okay. So that was going to be February 13th. We'll see if Jojo Diaz is ready to take on this new competition, because that was quite a layoff.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see a Jojo Farmer too.
I would even like to see that too. I would.
I know Tevin Farmer wants it.
Now, we got one more fight that I'm very excited about. I mean, well, it could be a little better, but I'm excited because Caleb Plant will be back next weekend, and it's going to be on, PBC on Fox. And it's going to be January 30th. He is going to be fighting Truax. So,
another Caleb, 2
Caleb's. Yeah, Caleb squared. And this is going to be for the IBF super middleweight title that Plant currently holds. So, what do you see for this particular fight? Do you give Caleb Truax a chance against a formidable, just a phenomenon, really, in Caleb Plant, Nashville native?
Easy work for Caleb Plant, man. Caleb gonna box circles around Truax all night. I was kind of disappointed because at first they had said it was going to be Caleb Plant and Chris Eubanks. That's the fight I wanted to see.
Okay.
And then they somehow that fight fell through, and they came up with Caleb Truax. So I just see easy work for Caleb Plant that night, and no disrespect to Truax, but I just don't see him touching Caleb Plant.
Yeah, I'm afraid I definitely am going to have to go with Caleb. Slicker, quicker, sweet hands, faster, more skilled. Just overall, just a phenomenal boxer. Right. So all the way around. So, and now he has a lot of power too, since moving up to that super middleweight.
Truax, he actually escaped what I felt was going to be a loss against a boy.
Kid Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like he was on his way to losing that, but that cut caused it to be.
It saved him. Yeah, and then Kid Chocolate went on to lose against what's his name? Margarito? No.
Oh,
the other one with the A.
The dog.
His last name starts.
Angulo.
Yes.
Fredo, we haven't seen him since.
See, you always save the day.
And Fredo Angulo.
Shout out to Kevin Smith of Smith Brothers Combat Sports and Bare Knuckle Fighting Champs, baby. Knuckles. And he says, who you got? Britain, the Bare Knuckle, Babe Hart, or Paige, 12 gauge, Van Zant. BKFC 16 is going to be February 5th. Super Bowl weekend right here in Tampa Bay.
I'm going with 12 gauge.
All right. You're going to go with 12 gauge. How did I know? Are you just picking names? Kevin, he's picking people based on their monikers. That ain't right. That is not right. He said, love y'all. Hi, baby, and my boy.
All right, Kevin.
All right, Kevin. You know we love you too. You know, I don't really know, but we are supposed to have a bare knuckle night coming up here soon. Before, it might have to be next week because the next week will be when the action actually happens here in Tampa Bay.
We might have to, depending on how the pandemic is, Kevin might have us there. We'll see though.
Yeah, of course. You know, we have to be more careful with your lovely treasure
we might
here.
Be there live in action there.
Absolutely. Or I could always send you. But I don't know. I don't like how you said that 12 gauge situation there. You was acting a little excited there, right? So I don't know.
I like the name 12 gauge.
I might not be able to send you out there.
I like the name 12 gauge.
All right. So now I'm ready to discuss what I'm very, very disappointed in. Kovalev. Why the hell is Kovalev testing for PEDs?
Yo, that's new to me. I didn't even know that right there.
What? They had to cancel.
The
DAZN had to cancel his fight that he had scheduled, and basically, sample 2 has not came out yet. I'm sure that's on the way.
What was the fight date for that fight?
I don't remember now. The point is,
The
point is, what is going on with Cole? And is anybody going to help him?
He's stealing from the zone, screaming fights.
That's what happens when you drink too much.
Now this.
He has the female that has a case against him too for assault. Remember that.
Some people think he got paid off to took a dive against Canelo.
Yeah, I might be one of those. I'm not far from it.
Cole, come on, man. What's happening with the Crusher?
Oh, my God. Crusher, I plead with you. You have a lot of fans that really, really love you. We don't want to see you go down this road like this. Somebody, Kathy Duba, somebody needs to help him. Please. You have to get him in some type of rehab situation for his alcoholism. And you have to get through to him that he is ruining his legacy right here on the end of his career. How do you go through all these fights and you never test positive for anything like this situation? And now you want to sit here at this age and at this time in your career and have this on your record. No, you are fucking up, man. I'm going to tell you, just like it is. You screwing it up. Okay, it's bad enough I'm still a fan of yours when I think you didn't try your best in that Canelo fight. But now you want to sit up here and do this whole cheating situation with this peg use. Okay? And I don't want to hear, oh, that means he probably did it other times when he just didn't get caught. Guess what? Well, it didn't get caught. If he didn't get caught, it didn't happen. And also, how is it he didn't get caught all those times that he fought? And now all of a sudden he's getting caught. Either way, it spells that he needs intervention, guys. Everybody, anybody that knows Cole, please help him. Tell him the truth, even if he cuts you off. All right, I'm done. I just get so emotional about.
Get it out.
Yes, because it's like screw up after screw up after screw up after screw up. Somebody, when is somebody gonna say something? I don't understand. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see. Okay. Kev says for the bare knuckle fight champions, he says, I got Smith brothers fighter Britton Hart. Okay. I mean, I don't know Britton Hart. Are we talking about the Harts from the legendary wrestling family? Like you have to help me out on all this, you know. Y'all bare knuckles.
Bret Hart.
Yes, all these BKFCers, they done abandoned us, you know. So now he wants me to just know who this is. I don't know.
You train with Stu Hart now? I don't know this dude.
It could be a chick. I think it's a female because it said Paige. Okay, Kevin, you're gonna have to come on the show next Friday and let us know what's going on with that. Now, what we wanted to talk to you as our last part of the show is what's going on this weekend. What you want to
What's
hear?
his name? Got a fight coming up. Boots, Olympic Nets. They talking about.
Yeah, that's true. That is a fight that they're discussing.
Yeah.
It hasn't been confirmed yet,
Boots
but that would be amazing if they can make it happen.
And it's Boots and Olympic Nets.
We also saw our very own St. Pete native, Mr. St. Pete Booth, Mr. St. Pete Booth, Clarence Booth, was all the way over in Fort Lauderdale area, and he was sparring with some amazing talent named AB. AB is back in shape, guys. He looks like he's serious and that he wants to be more serious about his boxing career. And he did divulge to us that, you know, he did wake up and have to actually literally drink a can of beer or something.
Wow.
For quite a long time. So we wish him all the best. And I told y'all I've been rooting for AB for a very long time that he'll be better.
Somebody else who was in that camp with him, you didn't mention.
I was getting to that. There also was Javante Tank Davis hanging around. And I want to know, does that mean that he's about to get back in the ring as well?
Who's getting that work? That's another thing I was going to bring up. Mm-hmm. Are they just talking, or are they going to make that fight happen? Tank and Ryan Garcia.
To my understanding, that is a fight that they are actually trying to negotiate right now. And I think it has to do with the fact that maybe the promoters were not so interested in this fight yet for the two young boxers. But the two boxers are very much interested. And when two boxers go out of their way and make it known and really, really press the issue, this is what I want. This is the fight I've been asking for. This is the next fight. It can happen. So right now, I don't have a actual confirmation. In other words, it ain't on ESPN right now that this fight is going to happen. But I do believe that it can be made, and they are saying that it is in negotiations and that it is going well.
Okay. Hopefully that fight comes to fruition. You know, that's a fight I would like to see. So make it happen.
All right. So our last topic is our fights for this weekend on Showtime Boxing. It's going down in Connecticut. You know, they have their bubble location there. And the main event is going to be Mayweather Promotions, Angelo Leo. I'll be missing that name of it. Angelo Leo versus Stephen Coolboy Fulton.
Okay.
All right. It is going to be a title on the line. This is for the WBO light featherweight title. Featherweight. So we go down a little bit even more here.
Rob, you gonna watch?
Rob is definitely gonna be watching. He's gonna say he's not, but he really is. This card is actually, I mean, I want to talk about Angelio and Stephen Fulton because I was able to get on the presser, their virtual press conference and listen a little bit to both boxers. But before I do, I want to tell people about this undercard that they have. I am looking forward to a Romero versus Paldo fight. It is a WBA interim lightweight title. So once again, we're back in this lightweight zone here with that fight. So that's why I'm interested in that. Because somebody would have to fight the WBA, champion, since this would be a interim. So that's why that one's interesting. And it's Rolando Romero. We have seen him fight before. And then there is a co-main event almost. The guy's name is Vic Pasilas versus Raiz Alim. What's interesting about these two are that they both are non-defeated fighters. Whoever loses, they go back down to the bottom. And whoever wins is going to be the WBA interim featherweight title holder.
Somebody must go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a junior featherweight title holder. So super featherweight. I mean, wait a minute. No, regular featherweight. No. It says WBA interim junior featherweight title. So they're going to be on the line for this. Shout out to whoever's on YouTube right now. We appreciate you so much. Yep, it's Oz Luna. What's up? He says Vic versus Aleem is a great fight. That's what I'm telling you.
It's two blue chip prospects.
Oh, yeah. I like when you said that, Oz. That's exactly what I'm telling people. They need to watch out for that undercard that Showtime has. Because those two guys, they're undefeated. And somebody's is got to go. And I want to be there for it. I'm there for it. I'm ready to see this. Because usually when this type of situation happens, these guys are really going to come in. They're going to be like, who wants it more? It usually comes down to just pure heartache, determination, and I want it more than you. And that makes for great action fights. So I definitely want y'all to, check that one out. And then, of course, we're back to the main event here with our Angelo Leo versus Stephen Fulton fight. Now, here's the keys for both of them. Here's a backdrop, rather. Fulton actually was scheduled to fight Angelo Leo in last year's Showtime, fight card, but he got COVID and he was unable to continue. So basically, what we're saying here is he's now feeling that his health is back good. He's in great shape again, and he said he had to really get himself back into the game mentally. He said that it was so depressing for him to be that close to that WBO championship, fight, and then get sick. So, but luckily, they did bring in someone else to fight for that title, but Angelo Leo did get the title. So that fight is still on, and that's what we're going to see this weekend. We're going to see the original fight that we couldn't see a few months ago. So Angelo, here's how he comes off, because he's like, people are always saying I'm the underdog. They are discounting me in these fights. And then I have to come out and I show them that I'm a real champion. So here we are. How about Vegas in the bookies? They got Fulton as whom they think would win. So here he is again, where he's going to be considered the underdog. So I'm like torn right now, because I like both of these boxers. I felt like, dang, Fulton, I understood where he was coming from because of the fact of the COVID and not, getting depressed about, you feel like you're missing your opportunity.
Right, definitely.
Right. And then I feel bad, like, damn, why these people are not taking Angelo seriously and he keeps winning? Like, how many times is he going to have to win before they show him some respect? So this is going to be a great fight, guys. I'm actually very excited about this particular Boxing Playhouse card. We got Oz. He says Leo is too flat-footed. I think Fulton has too much movement.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
We needed that breakdown for sure. And then he says, this is Fulton's ninth undefeated fighter he faces. So there you go. They both have really good records. Henry Brown, he is from the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Shout out to Henry tonight.
What's up, Henry?
Hey guys, love and appreciate you both.
Hey, we appreciate you, Henry. Thanks so much, bro.
Absolutely. We definitely appreciate Henry Brown.
Hey, thanks so much, man. We appreciate that.
But Oz, do you feel like this is going to be one of those kind of fights that's really action-packed, like the Pasila versus Aleem fight? Or do you feel that this is going to be more of a boxing, maneuvering type, skillful level fight? So I would like to know that answer, because I don't quite know. I haven't seen enough of their fights separately to be able to give a good analysis and breakdown. But I am curious by you saying that Leo is too flat-footed. That made me think, you know what? Mayweather Promotions is always, they make these boxers that's with them, like, they don't give them no easy fights. Like, they're like, you sink or swim. You gonna fight whoever this is we put in front of you. So here's Angelo's chance to prove that he belongs in the company of a Mayweather Promotions top team, the money team. And it's also his opportunity to show that he's better than Fulton is. So we'll see what happens in that fight. I'm just very curious. And that's going to be tomorrow night, and it's going to be on Showtime. I don't have the time right now because they didn't include that. So, and did you have anything else that you had or thought you could remember that we should be going over right now?
Well, it's not exactly boxing, but prayers out to Hank Aaron's family. You know, we lost a legendary baseball player, Hammer and Hank Aaron. You know, both Babe Ruth's record. So prayers to him and his family.
Yeah, for sure. A great American hero, definitely fought so that others behind him wouldn't have it as hard in the sport of baseball. So we got, okay, Oz answered us back. Oz says, yes, Leo is a come forward fighter and Fulton is a slick fighter. Okay, so basically this could be a very action-packed fight too. So it seems really good.
Yeah, I wanted to say, well, this 2020, this is the beginning of 2021, y'all. So this year, I hope we get to see, you know, a lot of fights that we want to see. You know, hope a lot of guys step up to the plate. Let's make these big fights happen. I don't want to see all this cherry picking. You know, we don't. That's not a good look starting the year off cherry picking. So I want these guys to, you know, to come up. You know, Thurman said he's coming back. Hopefully, Thurman get in the picture. You know, let's get these fights going, man. These young guys, you know, I'm ready to see it.
I am totally looking forward to this 2021 boxing year. I'm looking forward to fans being able to feel comfortable and be back inside the arenas, inside these boxing event locations, so that we can participate and be a part of boxing again in person, like live. It's always good for our business too when we have fights that we actually are covering. So we're just looking forward to a very good year of fights and boxing. I'm looking forward to seeing some more people from our local area actually being on some of these higher, you know, promotional companies fight cards. And let's see, we got. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot that we also have to. On that note, Mark Reyes Jr. has a fight coming up. And it's going to be in February 17th on Showtime. He will be on the main event. I mean, that's amazing. Against a guy named Bakachika. I don't know how to say his name.
It's going to be a good match. Nice step up for both guys. You know.
Yeah.
Mark Rios, Tampa, Florida. That's my dude right there. So, you know, I'm down with Mark, the Rios team, all 100%. So, Mark, do your thing, brother.
And I want to send a shout out to Marquise Johns, who also mentioned us on Twitter this weekend for the fact that we have covered so many of MRJ's fights, and know that he is someone to be watched and someone to be not comfortable around. Of course, you know, his opponent has been talking a lot of smack. And of course, you know, Mark just isn't that guy. He's not that guy that's going to sit there and shit talk with you. He also has plenty, you know, he has so many different, charities and different things that he likes to do. And, you know, he just doesn't find it necessarily valuable time to sit and discuss, you know, this back and forth with him.
You let us talk and go in the ring with these right here.
Yeah.
So, hey, I think that's going to be a great fight. Showtime. I'm glad to see Mark, you know, getting that shine right there. You know, he's fighting a tough young dude. Dude out of Detroit, I believe. My man out of Detroit, he's fighting. So.
Oh, there goes Mark right there. I Georgia's son, Mark Anthony Sr.
What's up, Mark?
About time you guys get back on the grind. Happy birthday, Sakura. Thank you.
What about me, Mark? My birthday was last week.
Yes, please don't forget the ever-present Emelio Santana. And he says the pronunciation of the opponent's name is Boca Chica.
Boca Chica.
Okay,
Dang.
so if for anybody that hasn't checked it out, Boca Chica has a video of him actually sparring with Teofimo, and he actually knocks down Teo before Teo comes back and makes him regret that shit. But
then he body slams Teo.
Oh, then he got mad and body slammed him. Yeah.
But yo, that's gonna be a fight right next month on Showtime, y'all. So that's coming up. I'm excited. That's a fight I'm really excited about right there. You know, knowing Mark and Mark Dad, man, we've been following them and they the home team. So I'm riding down. I'm riding with Breers all the way. So that's what it is.
All right. So that's February 17th on Showtime. Let's see. Mark Sr., he says, thank you for saying those things about MRJ. All facts. He doesn't have time for the BS. He will deal with him in the ring. Okay, see?
Exactly.
Yep, we know our guy. And then we got Oz here. He says, rest in peace, Hank. Keep pushing boxing. Have a good night. You know what, Oz? Thanks so much. Thanks. We definitely appreciate you, Oz. It was great having you on with us tonight. Please, guys, make sure you hashtag BPH. If you mention us, we will also give you your due props as well. And that is on IG, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, and also boxingplayhouse.com. You go and you at least do 4 of our platforms. Follow, like, subscribe. One of them has to be YouTube. And then inbox Emelio or me, Sakura Armstrong, or Emelio Santana, or Boxing Playhouse, and we will get you out your fan support items. We're not going to say what they are, but it's some things that you could actually use. So it's not going to be anything that is like, frivolous and you're like, not great. What do I do with this card? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be something you could actually use in your life. All right, guys.
I got one more thing to say, baby.
Oh, what's that?
What did Danny Garcia like to do?
Cherry pick! Well, what did Danny Garcia's team like to do, Emelio?
Cherry pick!
I do think that we should say that we should come up with a whole show, and it has to be everybody that you think cherry pick. Name the fight and everything that you thought was a cherry pick type fight. That should be a whole show that we do one night. I bet you that'll be a hit.
What Canelo doing right now?
Cherry pick! Guys, if you haven't figured it out, cherry pick was our word of the night for our drinking game. We got one more comment. We got Ralphie. What's up, Ralphie? Ralphie says,
Ralphie, what's up?
Is it true that Virgil Ortiz versus Mauricio? I'm sorry. Mauricio Hooker. What do you think about the fight if it happens? Ooh. I mean, yes, I am hearing that they are actually in negotiations for this fight. So with that being said, I mean, I would love to see this fight. Virgil Ortiz would be basically having a great step-up type fight to show that he belongs with these big dogs at 147. And Mauricio and Maurice Hooker, he also will have to prove that he belongs there too, because he's just moved up to the weight.
Right.
So, I mean, it would be a great fight for both of them to try to test their skills. It would also be a hard fought fight, I believe, because both of them is not going to want to give in to the other.
I like ever since I've seen Virgil Ortiz fight, man, I've been impressed with that young man. Him and his boots in the welterweight division, they the young guns coming up, like Mark Reyes, young guns coming up in this welterweight. The welterweight division is going to get hot again like it was a couple years ago. You got a lot of young, hot prospects coming up, undefeated, doing their thing. So in the next year or two, man, it's going to be like the lightweight division is. It's going to be like that again. So Virgil Ortiz, I'm excited to see him. I think he's got the youth, the power going for him. So I would pick him in that fight with Hooker. You know.
You know what? I would also have to pick Virgil Ortiz. I've always been down with the Virgil Ortiz. I'm on this train. So, with that being said, I think he has the talent, the skill, the height, the reach. I mean, power. It's all working for him.
Another guy coming up in that weight class. He ain't quite there yet. Elvis Rodriguez,
yes.
The Dominican, hard-hitting Dominican guy. He's
Elvis.
I'm sure he's going to be in that weight class too in another year or two. So that welterweight division is going to be hot again. It's going to be real hot like the lightweight division in another year or two. So y'all keep tune in. It's going to get exciting.
All right. I like it. I mean, I'm going to be watching out for Virgil. I hope they do make that fight, Ralphie, because that would just be amazing if they do. Okay, so I think we're wrapping up on our show tonight. We thank all of you guys for staying with us. We thank the beautiful Dahlia for being our Spanish interpreter tonight. And we thank Brittany Mingo for being behind the scenes and, carrying out her duties of directing of the podcast tonight. And we also want to thank our lovely friends here at home, as well as abroad, for being such protectors of our great country. This is America. Thanks. Until next Thursday, we're going to check you out then, and we'll have more news, latest and greatest. And, of course, from time to time, we will have our special guests drop through.
Definitely. One love, y'all.